Living in that mill house was a poor miller who had no wife or children. There are 3 maids who have been with me for many years. One day he told them, "Now that I am number 39, am old, I want to sit by the warm fireplace. You all go. Whoever finds the horse should bring it back to me. He will enjoy the mill and will take care of me until I die." The 3rd guy was the youngest in the group, so the other 2 guys considered him stupid and unworthy of the mill. But he himself didn't, and #39, think about that. The 3 of them went together, in front of the village gate. The other 2 guys told the naive Hans, "Uncle Oot, stay here, if you and number 39 so stupid, you 1 and number 39 be able to find even a skinny horse in your whole life." But Hans still quietly went along. When they reached a cave, it was already dark, so they slept there. The 2 clever guys waited until Hans fell asleep, then got up and left, leaving Uncle Hans lying there, thinking it was a good idea. But that doesn't and #39 mean they are better. It wasn't and #39 until sunrise that Hans woke up and found himself lying in a deep cave. Looking around and seeing no one, he shouted, "Oh my God, where am I?" He stood up, tried to climb out of the cave and went straight into the forest. He thought, "I and number 39 am left here alone. Like this, I can and number 39 find a horse." While walking and thinking, he met a spotted cat. The cat greeted him cordially. "Uncle Hans, where are you going?" How can you help me?" The cat replied, "I know what you want a beautiful horse, right? Now follow me, serve me faithfully for 7 years, and then I will give you a beautiful horse the likes of which you have never seen in your life." Hans thought to himself, "Oh, this must be a magic cat. But let us see if what it says is true." The cat took him to her enchanted castle, running up and down, serving the spotted cat and a bunch of kittens. In the evening, while eating, 3 children played music. One played the grand violin, one played the small violin, and the other one puffed his cheeks and played the trumpet. After eating, the table and chairs were cleared away, at which point the cat said, "Come on, dear Hans, let and number 39 jump." Hans replied, "No, who would dance with Mew? I have never danced with Mew before." The spotted cat ordered the kittens, "Let and number 39 put you to bed." So one of the children took the lamp and led him to the bedroom, then he took off his shoes, took off his socks, and blew out the lamp to let him sleep. The next morning, the kittens came again. One put on socks, one put on shoes, one wiped his body, another used his tail to wipe his face clean. Hans said, "It and number 39's interesting." The job Hans has to do every day is chop firewood. He was given an axe, a wedge and a saw made of silver, only the mace was made of brass. His life is like this now, chopping firewood every day, eating well, but seeing no one except the spotted cat and the kittens. One time, the spotted cat told Hans, "Now go cut grass in the field and load the hay." Then the spotted cat gave him a silver scythe and a golden grinding stone, telling him to remember to bring those things back. Hans went to do it right away, just as the spotted cat said. After cutting the grass, Hans brought back the pick, the grinding stone and the grass and asked the spotted cat if he had received his wages yet. The spotted cat said, "Not yet. You have to do one more thing for me." The pillars, rafters, and planks are all made of silver. Tools such as axes, square measures, and other necessary things are also made of silver. Please build me a small house. After finishing the tiny house, Hans said, once the job was done, the horses should have been picked up right away. 7 years have passed, but it feels like it and number 39's only been half a year. The spotted cat asked Hans if he wanted to see the horse. Hans said, I want it so much. The spotted cat opened the door of the small house, and Hans immediately saw 12 horses. Oh my God, they are fat and beautiful, with silky hair. Looking at them makes my heart pound. Then the cat invited him to sit down to eat and drink and said, now you just go and Don and number 39's come home. In 3 days I will bring the horse to you. The cat showed Hans the way to the mill house and he went straight home. During the 7 years he lived with the spotted cat, the cat unfortunately gave Hans a new shirt and forced him to wear the old, tattered and short shirt. When he arrived, he saw that the other 2 men were already at home, each with a horse. One man and number 39's horse was blind, the other man and number 39's crippled. Both asked, Hans, where is your horse? 3 more days to come. They laughed and said, oh, Hans, how can you find a horse? Hans entered the room. The miller did not let him sit at the table, afraid that if a stranger came in and saw him in rags, he would be embarrassed. They gave him a little and took him out to eat. At night, the other 2 guys wouldn't and hash 39's let him sleep in the same bed, so he had to lie on a bed of straw and the goose co-op. When he woke up, 3 days had passed. A 6-horse carriage arrived. It looked magnificent. Running alongside the cart is the 7th horse. This is the horse brought to Hans, the poor miller. Coming down from the carriage was a beautiful princess. She entered the mill. The princess is the spotted cat that poor Hans served 7 years ago. She asked the miller about the young miller, wanting to know where he was now. Uncle replied, we Don and number 39's let it into the mill, it and number 39's ragged and dirty, so it and number 39's lying in the goose pen. The princess ordered him to come up. He had nothing but a torn shirt to cover his body. The servants immediately took out beautiful clothes, bathed him, and changed him into nice clothes. Now you look like a king. Then the princess asked to see the horses that the 2 millers had brought back. One was blind, one was lame. Then she told the servant to bring in the 7th horse. The miller complimented that no horse had ever entered his yard that was as beautiful as that horse. The princess said, this is the 3rd miller and number 39's horse. The miller immediately said, then he will enjoy the mill. The princess said, now you have a good horse, but you can keep the mill. Then she took the hand of loyal Hans and got into the car and went straight. The 2 went to the small house that Hans built with silver tools. That place has become a massive castle. The furniture in the castle is all made of gold and silver. The 2 got married. Now Hans became rich, so rich that he could not eat enough for the rest of his life. Now no one dares to speak. Those who seem stupid can do nothing. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.